Hello, I'm Ben. Just making this video because I thought it might be better. And so, there's this discussion going on type of thing. Is my face on top of the comments? Gotta check that. Nope, my face is over here. Oop. And, well, I'm making this video because, well, I don't think it's considering the video is related to this little comment here, these long list of comments. I thought I didn't really think the discussion was going too well, in the sense that it didn't seem fun. It seemed like, for the most part, at least between you and Halo, and then between me and I guess the rest of you guys, just seems like a whole bunch of just angry, regular, basic YouTube comments. And so, I don't think the discussion's fun, or any discussion's fun when it's just hate, you're wrong, no, stuff like that. So, I just thought I would kind of make this video to place my perspective of what the situation is. That way it's not like everyone's critiquing everyone's comment. Like, literally, you see my walls of text where I have that bad habit of I take text and I take people too literally. That's my issue I have. And it really bites me in the butt a lot, type of thing. And I also talk very animated and sarcastically, and that doesn't work too well with text either. Like this one, I'm just cussing and stuff. That's just my. Can't remember the name of it. It's kind of like accent, except rather than the sound, it's way or something like accent. Or I wasn't brought up to swear, but you kind of learn it, type of thing. But anyways, kind of the start of it is, so Halo says something about whatever. I'm just going to say Lindsay. Linda say Tito seems a bit hard for me to say. So I'm going to say Lindsay, because that sounds like a name to me. That's a name I know, at least. So it's like Lindsay is saying some things. Halo guy says, nah, you're looking at it in a different light, blah, blah, blah. And so I put in my input that, I would disagree what she said specifically, but then I went more broadly in that it's not so much like, it seems like Halo guys putting the topic about science in a good light, while Lindsay is focusing in a not so good light and stuff. And gotta make sure that knife doesn't come down on me. Yeah, working on a model lamp. And so I thought, well, I don't think the arguments were too good. You were both kind of straw manning, which is misrepresenting, so it's easy to attack, such as you're focusing on things that, or at least slippery slope arguments where science led to this. It was because it was made by scientists, blah, 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 or that superstition, being used to control people and stuff. Well, I made the argument kind of it's not so much about science specifically can't do anything right or wrong. It's what we do with it, type of thing. It's kind of the argument I was always trying to make, saying that people make choices. It's people that we need to be focusing on or angry with. And so I was kind of making an example of how that superstition can be used good, not just bad. So I was focusing, or trying to elaborate on the idea that you're just focusing on two different things, and unless you give it either call it by its title or by every word in the dictionary that describes it, you're not fairly representing it, blah, blah, blah. And then I brought up the thing where it's not so much the concept, but the people, and I talked about how I had this one incident with a guy on defiling my friend's gravestone, type of thing. So I suggested that rather than saying science is wrong, superstition's wrong, or whatever, and highlighting examples, that you more focus on the people who abuse it, or superstition, science, and stuff, because I think that's what the focus is. But you two continue to talk about science is wrong, superstition's wrong, blah blah blah, listing things, many genocides, blah blah blah, slippery slope arguments, whole lot of fallacies, just horrible arguments. And every time I saw one of these comments, I just wanted to reply saying, just basically a wall of text saying, here's where you're wrong, here's where you're wrong, like my perspective at least. I'm trying to at least clear up some ideas. And well, anyways, that was happening, and it was kind of bugging me that you people were just kind of going like, no, it's this. You know, like, I'm right. You have to believe me, kind of like what I'm doing right now, kind of thing. But that's kind of the basic. We have to assume we're right on some, like, our assumptions at least, based on what we know. Because our reality, perception of reality is only our five senses. We have to make assumptions that reality actually exists in order to survive, exist within ourselves, or assume we have a purpose type of thing. And so that's evidence or examples of we have to assume that what we think is right, at least marginally type of thing. Where was I going with that? What was I doing? So yeah, you guys continue. Oh yeah, so there was the science does this wrong, superstition does this wrong, no, science is good this way, blah 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 blah. You people keep going, and I'm saying, whoa, that you're not, like, you leave this part out or whatever, and I want to critique you, basically, and say what you're saying is unfair type of thing. But I'm like, no, you guys, it's your discussion, you keep going. I don't know, maybe you'll go somewhere, maybe you didn't read my comment, maybe my comment's hidden, and I don't even know. Like, I wasn't sure if you guys even read it. Kind of saying the idea that it should be the people, not the ideas, and that, I don't know, I was hoping that to get that idea across. I think you guys kind of skipped it. You guys kept talking anyways in a way that wasn't constructive, at least because you're just saying, I'm right, no, this way, that way, blah 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 blah, kind of what I'm doing right now. Everything can be reflected back, or just, yeah. So but this last one, did this one? These two kind of happen at the same time. Yeah. So something happened here. I'm like, what the fuck, you people? And like I kept getting these comments, sound like this animation played in my head that I kind of typed out while I keep getting these comments. And it just sounds, I'm actually reading what you guys are saying, so, and
your
from my
boobs are
perception of it, it just sounds like two kids going, I'm right. And so I quite violently elaborate the illusion that you guys aren't doing anything too good and stuff. I'm just being kind of colorful and animated with my language. Colorful, you could say, like, go fuck yourself. With all offenses meant. That was not sarcastic. That was literally, fuck you type of thing. You done fucked up. You went full retard. But, type of thing. But I don't say, fuck you, because that's not nice, that's not constructive, that doesn't do anything. If anything, that's offensive and threatening. But, at least, blah blah stuff. Then I go fuck yourself with all offenses meant. Because you two are doing absolutely fucking nothing fucking this way. Because I don't say, go fuck yourself, you suck. I'm like, go fuck you, all offensive meant. Because, like, this idea, this is why I'm saying why I don't like you type of thing. You're not doing anything constructive. And when I say, I made the comment before, I think Lindsay probably read it, might remember it. I said, I just love being productive, blah blah blah. I don't know, one of my flaws. And so what is productiveness, progress? We could go into the details of that, different definitions, but definitions are subjective. And we go all the way back down here. Extra jibber jabber. Hey. You like your views, he's talking to me. Your views of things, and hope that people think like you and not in view of things. I hated to break it to you, but this isn't how it works. Now, from what I'm getting, it's like the world doesn't think like you, and doesn't, and blah blah blah. I like to think that people like to think like me, type of thing. I've made that argument many times. I don't want people to think like me. That would confuse my mother and confuse my bank on who's who, type of thing. And then there's no creativity or diversity, and I value both of those things, type of. But the idea is like saying I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. No, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. And I think this highlights the thing, but you're not making, like, you're highlighting that's what I'm saying, type of thing, which is what I am saying. That is, like, I have my ideas, and I think my ideas are correct, blah, blah, blah. But this is all just a fight, and nothing productive is being made, or nothing, no progress. And, like, there's a difference in definitions. Oh, okay, I see that's why it gave me, Gmail keeps giving me, like, notifications about stuff, and I don't notice if it's a change, if it's a new upload, whatever. That's a lot of lines. But yeah, we could argue what the definition of certain words are, but arguing is that productive unless we come to a conclusion, type of thing.
What?
Is there a seal
for a
in your
conclusion
house?
to happen?
Apparently.
That would be like either one person changes or stops arguing, or one side goes away and everyone becomes one side, or, you know, there's like a set deadline type of thing. Whatever, I'm not going to go into the details of it. That would be like critiquing everything. But, so yeah, we're all kind of guilty of what you're saying here. Just like you think your definition of the definition of progress is onward on the moving or advancement. Therefore, something is constantly blah 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 blah. Constant cycle is blah blah blah. You're just critiquing what I'm saying, like I'm critiquing yours.
No good
However, I'm not
copies.
saying what I'm saying is absolute.
No good what?
No good copies.
If I may say the term is progress and that it's a
Looking at
synonym
movies,
of
but
change.
there's
That's
no good
just
copies.
if it was in the context where I'm not saying it is. This is
Like
how
watch
things are supposed to be, or
Sharknado
what is
2,
correct.
the second
Because
one.
that's how I like to see it. You see it as advancement, as I make note of
Should I
quite a lot
watch
in here.
Sharknado?
Which, all fairness to you and me, because definitions, just like everything else, are subjective. That means we just have our own different ones, blah blah blah.
Revenge
But it's
of
not
the
really
Green
constructive if wait a second. I can hear Skype. Can you guys hear Skype? That's probably a problem. Can I mute this? I just realized Skype was open. Well, I'm going to try anyway. Sorry about that. Blah, blah, blah. So that's subjective, blah, blah, blah.
Any good movies I should watch?
Jeez. Listen to the Skype thing, let me lose track. So anyways, you're talking about what, I don't know, right or wrong science, or you're saying, I think the guy was making the point that science isn't exactly bad, and then that went into the discussion of whatever the hell this was. But I don't think either of you have an idea of where you're going with it. Neither do I. I don't have a clue. What are we trying to say? I'm like a discussion. I think we can all say a discussion can be productive or have progression. Is that something is comes as a result of discussion, not just two people talking like I'm right.
I think they're counting 0, 1, 2, 100. What? Episode 0, 1, 2, 100.
Yeah, that just seems like the discussion was kind of like, and I don't think that was going anywhere. And I was trying to bring up that point where, if you want to go somewhere, you should look at the people, kind of like the rhetorics, why people do as they do, type of thing. Not just saying science and inanimate. If existence is just nothing more than the concept of the human mind, type of thing. Same as superstition. You can't go very far with it. You can say that they do horrible things, but they don't necessarily do horrible things. People who react to it, stuff like that, swearing type of thing. It's the people who do the wrongs is what I was trying to bring in. Then, we get all this talk, and then we're talking about, So I say that. So I say that very explicitly, just trying to get the idea in that it's not very productive where you're going in. But no, well, he continues. I think you continue, and then right there, blah blah blah. I don't know what you mean by turn off notifications. I can close this tab, but I often see this, blah blah blah. Like, notification can be turned off. I had no idea. How does one do this? Wait. Never mind, I don't care. I use blah blah blah. That's the animation that went through my head. Blah blah blah. But yeah, that's just my idea of just the thing. If you're gonna talk something productive or progressive, not just say, no, science does bad things. No, superstition does bad things. Then I don't think you're doing much. And just my example conversation kind of shows that. I don't know what's going through your guys' head, but if you're going to be making, what arguments are you trying to say, and how is those arguments constructive, I suppose, is the guideline of what would make a discussion a productive discussion, such as just trying to get the gist of what's saying. I just think you're, Lindsay, highlighting. Oh, hey. You're just highlighting the negative things that science can do, which isn't fair, and that you're
I don't know what
focusing
to
on
do.
that. And if you're just saying science is bad and that's your goal, well, you can think that, but you're not making any argument that can convince anyone else otherwise. For Halo Dude,
Gone Girl.
seems like he
Earth
went to
to
defend
Echo.
science and then goes out to explain that
Deliver us
superstition
from
is bad,
evil.
with many examples
Lucy.
you can pull out of the
What
air
is
type of
Lucy,
thing.
guys? Do you guys know what Lucy is?
But superstition isn't like you can
Mr. John.
it's kind of the same argument. You're focusing on bad things, and there's
What
a lot
is
of bad
Lucy?
thing, but people do bad things with it, such as
One
use
of you
superstition
knows,
to
and you're
manipulate
not
other
telling
people,
me.
kill people wars,
What
and
is
we use
Lucy?
technology as a result of science to use, kill
Lucy.
people. All those people who are stoned to death, guess what? That's, well, I guess my definition. Lindsay strongly disagrees. But you throw a rock and stone someone to death, that does entail science, because in the sense that the stone, you're using it, you have its mass, you throw its mass, therefore it's a tool, you're using it to achieve a means, and the knowledge to do that can be a result of science. You can just trial and error, figure it out, or just, in my sense, since science is a practice, which we all agree on, I assume, seems to be the argument I had with Lindsay, but that also, all knowledge, for me at least, is a form of science. Knowledge is science, but Lindsay disagrees and seems to be on the trail that absolute, what science, absolute, yeah, my attention's science is like, facts that they post out, technology type of things. I'm saying that broadly, if you go down to the root, it affects more than that. That's what I'm saying, deals with everything. That's just focusing on the root.
Let's go to sleep
But
at
yeah,
10,
I don't
bro.
see where either of you are going with this discussion type of thing, and that's kind of what I was trying to point out. And I don't think any of you can make... Well, you can go ahead and make a statement of where you think you're going and why you think you need to say what you're trying to say. I think that's what's needed for discussion. And of course, if I was typing this, I'd spend 3 hours actually researching all of the articles
Morgan
that
Freeman.
explain the elaboration of different ideas
Morgan
of
Freeman's
views
in the
of
movie.
what discussions are. Yeah, all that stuff. But what I guess ending this
Do you guys
video
know
and what
about this movie?
really made me want to
Hello?
make this video
What movie?
is
That
that
movie I just liked.
so just this
What?
is just you're right, I'm right, you're right, you're right. I know.
The movie that I just
I'm right,
liked.
I'm right. Just this little piss fit type of thing. And so it just sounds like a regular YouTube comment. And for me, reading it is not fun.
What?
It just sounds like you two are angry at each other. And then, I say this, and then you guys, it's like that thing where something bad happens early in the morning and then the rest of your day is type of ruined. That's kind of how literature kind of gets misread type of thing. Like you get a bad tone in everything. That's kind of, but I'm not saying either you people are bad people type of thing. I assume you're both good, honest people. That's kind of why you're talking to begin with. But the way I'm reading these texts and whatnot, or the way you could be reading the text, is there's a voice that, there's a voice in your head that says or reads it for you, and you get the tone, the attitude, and whatnot. And the way I'm reading this is everyone's just angry, and it's like, "Nyah!" Just doesn't seem fun. So, and I'm trying to post comments and be logical and sound reasonable. I'm like, whoa, type of thing, like,
Interesting.
Like, that's kind of what I was trying to be when I was, where is it? Oop. Or, yeah, that was me trying to be explicit about the various details of the invention of rhetorics. No, down.
Did you watch the trailer,
Down. No, it's something with progress.
Jacob?
I know.
Yeah.
Hmm?
And progress, if I may say, in terms, blah, blah, blah. That's just
Yeah.
with this idea only.
Did you watch the
not
whole
that's
trailer or
absolutely
just
right.
part of the trailer?
What's it even
It's
about?
just an idea.
Well, just watch the
But
trailer.
then, or in other comments and in this
I just skipped
comments I
through
get,
it.
like,
It doesn't look like there's
uh,
anything happening.
rebuttals
There's
of,
one chick walking around
the way I
and
read
stuff
them,
happening.
they just seem angry, and I don't really like that. What I think, there's an argument, discussion, and
Well, I'll tell you if
No,
it's
she
any
can
good.
control time.
argument.
Okay.
I'm right. No, I'm right.
I'll tell you if
Debate.
it's any good.
Let's bring our ideas together to figure out the right or the best solution to a problem. And a discussion. Here's one thought. Let me add another thought to that. Oh, that's interesting. If you look at it like this, with this idea, you get this type of perspective. Oh, that's interesting type of thing, like talking about technology. I love to do that with things. You just build up ideas for the fun of just these new ideas. That's what I've been like doing with you're gonna have to go through.
Morgan Freeman's in it.
Oh,
What am I looking for?
that
Yes,
doesn't
my
sell a
other
movie.
discussion.
Still
thing
has to be a
that
good
happened.
movie, even though Morgan Freeman's in
I'm
it.
gonna have to go down a big
It looks
ass
pretty good.
page, I think.
Well, that's-
Hopefully
Meh.
this video is
I don't really watch movies anyway.
22 minutes. Sorry for the long video. So much for, walls of text, now long video. God damn. Loading. But yeah, the discussion, we're just adding ideas. That's what I think a discussion is. That's how I like to define a discussion. We just add ideas for the fun of thinking. If you're having a debate, you're just trying to find a solution, which I don't think either you are having. That's why I think you're just having an argument, and I think it's stupid. Stupid. Play some music. Oh, that's right. Too many tabs. Not enough RAM. Harvest Moon, yay! Is this it? Nope, wait. Nah. Oh, I had a good discussion here. Nah, but that's an older one. I don't. Is that a song? What am I singing? What am I humming? Am I an idiot? Yes, I am. Yes. No. While that loads, check over here. Nope. Okay, go, sweet bell. And I think I need to reread both of Lindsay's comments because I think she edited them to add to them. I don't even know. But I kept getting like notices about the comments over and over again. It was really annoying. Like, it's nothing different. Why does no one seem to reply? No one. Like, that's why I like talking with you guys, because at least you reply. You at least make my time feel like I've done something at least productive. Like, if it's forgotten, it's like, oh, I ignored. Yes. Bart. Oh, Jesus. Wait, there we go. Yeah! Okay. So there's all this talk, blah, 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 blah. And we're just talking about the concept of infinity and existence and stuff. You know, like black holes and stuff. Well, we can't really talk too much about black holes. But I think there's also the talk of blah, 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 blah. Nothing's out of bounds. Turn into, it's weird how it turned into a geometry conversation. Lols. It's been a bit of time now, but I found something we had forgotten to add. Infinite loop space does exist according to physics, and we've heard of them. Black holes, black dark holes. The gravity power of each would bend time and space, so that it basically get looped, blah, blah, blah. Now, a debate could be, or an argument is like, no, cite, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. Like, you just go with it. If you don't agree with it, like, oh, this kind of topic kind of says otherwise, but whatever. But I just wrote, I think there's also the talk of flipping in a sense. Physics still works the same inside, but only mathematically.
Made in Taiwan.
Velocity,
What?
velocity greater than the speed of light does not exist because
Taiwan?
it leads to a negative number underneath the square root, and that's bad juju. And you're talking, so you got a good, I got a good tone, or write with a good tone, and we're just adding ideas. So Petty knows so little about them. But we're not citing what's wrong or right or stuff. We're just sharing ideas and stuff, and that's what I think the discussion is. But yeah, that's just what I want to make this video about. Is just, I don't think you're having a discussion or a debate. I think you're just having a fight, and I don't think either you could win because there's not really a goal in mind. Because when it's a debate, there's a goal in mind. When you achieve that goal, everyone wins. Whether you're on whatever side, unless you're pro-life, pro-choice, which one's right, or then there's the argument between objective and subjective moralities and stuff like that. And you go into a huge argument type of thing, whatnot. But yeah. So, I don't know. I guess, because I was reading all those comments, it just felt all negative, and it sounds like you were reading my comments as if I had this harsh, mean voice and stuff. And I don't like being mean to people. I don't be mean to people. There's an argument where, fuck you, can't kill yourself, and people would type that, but you never say that to their face type of thing. Well, I'm trying to avoid that from happening here. That's kind of why I prefer Skype, and that's why I'm doing this video. So that I'm not trying to be mean. I do swear a lot, but that's kind of my, not specifically my upbringing, but the adapted language of the place, whatever the accent or whatever of, people I grew up with. But it's not my upbringing. Fallacy. Yeah, so it just seems like every time, just the tone of the whole talk just sounds like every time you guys reply, you're angry at me. Like, oh, sad, and so I just want to make this video to just clear up at least my ideas and project them out. Sorry if this is so long. Almost 30 minutes. Okay, well, see ya. Peace be with you. May the force be with you. God bless you. Wait. You're not sneezing. Well, if you sneeze, Gesundheit. God bless you. Whatnot. You have a nice night. It's nighttime for me. I got 2 in the morning working on little model. Yeah. So yeah, I hope this at least puts you in a good mood. Makes the argument, the discussion, the debate, whatever each one of us thinks it is, that perhaps it does something. We all benefit from it in the end. Have something fun. It's a fun experience. It's not just a pit of hate. We just expand ideas. Something fun, constructive. If it's not fun, then why do we do it? Type of thing. Sure, just making the best. Okay, that's like a whole nother essay. Jeez. So, I'll try to say goodbye. Hope this helps brighten your day up. I guess it lifts up my spirits, and I hope that the talk can continue, but in a good spirit. I don't know. So I guess to go from here would be, if we were to have a discussion, what would be the theme, the focus of whatnot we would be talking about? what do we want to say, and why do we want to say it? Like, what is the goal we're trying to achieve and stuff, whatnot. Yeah. Have a good night.